Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Piper Report. So before I start the article, I want to say that I will be doing a live stream with 40 Ounce tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, aka 8 p.m. Eastern, aka 5 o'clock Pacific. So that will be happening. Look forward to that. Now, here is some more information. You may or may not know that more documents regarding the JFK assassination are to be released on October 26, unless the president decides that they should still remain classified. There are many in the CIA who are trying to accomplish just that. They're trying to prevent Trump, assuade Trump from not releasing them. And Trump should. Trump said he is going to, he intends to, unless further information eludes him not to, and then he won't, which I think he should no matter what. Now, that being said, will we learn anything substantial in these documents? Probably not, because if the CIA was involved in his assassination, I doubt the CIA would have kept the records, and I doubt that they would have turned over the records. So what we probably will discover is more ties between Oswald and probably Russia, or Oswald and the mob, and things of that nature. But either way, it's interesting. And regarding the whole assassination here, now, I forgot where I heard this from, but it was a document, or it was either video or documentary I saw. But anyways, George H.W. Bush was caught lying on it. The theory goes that he was never in the CIA during the JFK assassination, during the JFK tenure as president. But this is indeed false. There has been evidence that contradicted this statement, that George H.W. Bush was in the CIA during JFK's tenure. And not only that, now this one, you guys probably know that I don't like really discussing things without having a source material behind it. So I cannot confirm this as fact, but I'm pretty sure I also saw in the past documentation that shows that George H.W. Bush was present in Dallas during the assassination, and he lied about it. Again, I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure I saw evidence that indicated that. So if I had to guess, probably about 90% sure. So I maybe have to do some more research into that, but that's interesting. That is very interesting. I don't trust the Bushes at all. I don't trust them at all, especially the father. Here's the article. Trump says he intends to allow release of classified files on Kennedy assassination. Trump said Saturday that he intends to allow the release of long classified files on the assassination of former President JFK, a move that could shed light on a tragedy that has stirred conspiracy theories for decades. The National Archives has until October 26 to disclose the remaining thousands of never-seen government documents on the 1963 assassination, unless Trump changes course and tries to block their release. Now here is a tweet by Donald Trump. Subject to the receipt of further information, I will be allowing, as president, the long blocked and classified JFK files to be opened, Trump tweeted Saturday morning. However, to what additional information the president was referring to was unclear. The CIA and FBI, whose records make up the bulk of the batch, won't say whether they've appealed to the Trump administration to keep them under wraps. The American public deserves to know the facts, or at least they deserve to know what the government has kept hidden from them for all these years, Larry Sabato, director of the University of Virginia, senator for politics, and author of a book about Kennedy, said in an email to the AP. It's unlikely the documents contain any big revelations about Kennedy's killing, said Judge John Turnham, who was chairman of the independent agency in the 1990s that made public many assassination records and decided how long others could remain secret. Now, I tend to agree with this judge. Again, if the CIA was involved in any type of nefarious activity that either caused the death or led to the death of JFK, how likely is it that those in the CIA, the deep state that is, would have left those documents lying around? If it was me, if I was involved in the CIA during that time and I got Kennedy killed, as soon as he was dead, I would have made sure any documentation that led credence to the notion that I was responsible for his death was destroyed. That'd be my very first priority. Make sure they were destroyed. Now, I won't get into exactly whether JFK was indeed killed by the government, by the mob, by what have you, Russia. There is plenty of theories that go around, from everything from our government to Mexico to Russia. Personally, I believe the CIA was involved, and that's all I will say on that. There's a lot of evidence that points many different ways, but that's all I'll say on that. Sabato and other JFK scholars believe the trove of files may provide insight into assassin Lee Harvey Oswald's trip to Mexico City weeks before the killing. During the trip, Oswald visited the Soviet and Cuban embassies. What I'm really looking forward to is, do they have any type of information regarding Jack Ruby? Jack Ruby was the person who killed Harvey Oswald. And many people believe he killed Harvey Oswald to keep quiet, to make him keep quiet. Because if Harvey Oswald was in a conspiracy with the government, we'll say, and then all of a sudden they turn on him and they make him the patsy, they make him the scapegoat, well, he has quite the incentive to talk. I mean, he's already going to jail, probably be executed for killing the president. And if he was betrayed by those he worked with, why wouldn't he talk? Why wouldn't he try to save himself? And then comes Jack Ruby, a person who was a nobody at the time. I shouldn't say nobody, he ran clubs and stuff, but a nobody with regards to any type of connection to Oswald. And it's hard for me to believe that somebody like Jack Ruby would all of a sudden just hate a guy so much that because he killed the president, that he's going to assassinate him. Just moments before the police do another interview with him. It doesn't add up. So that's kind of my whole synopsis on it and why I feel that there was a conspiracy. Because if there's two or more people that were involved, there was a conspiracy. I mean, the Bagusha lady, I think it is, I forgot her name, but this is one of the biggest unsolved mysteries. When JFK was assassinated, we all know the Zapruder film, the film that shows him being assassinated. But what many people don't realize is that there was another film or another lady with a camera taking pictures of it, and she was facing the grassy knoll. And to this day, nobody has found out her true identity. In the video, in this Zapruder film, you can see her wearing a scarf around her neck, wearing, I think, like a heavy coat. And then after the assassination, her walking away with her camera in her hand and her face down. So nobody, she never came forward. She's dead by now because she's an older lady. Nobody was able to find her, or I should say, nobody was able to find her and let us know about it. Again, if it was conspiracy and people saw the Zapruder film, they would know who she was, and they'd probably go and make sure that she never shows anybody that film. Make sure that she never talks. And if people think, yeah, you're saying our government would go kill somebody? First kill the president, then kill a witness? Yes. Yes, I am saying that. Because our government has done insidious things in the past. Operation Dropkick, Operation Big Itch, Operation Northwoods. I mean, these were false flags that the U.S. was doing to itself. They tried to infect thousands of American citizens with infected mosquitoes. I think it was malaria, infected mosquitoes, to test out biological warfare. Not biological warfare, entomological warfare with bugs, essentially. I mean, our CIA has done horrible things. Our government has done horrible things. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to see them marginalize somebody who could expose them. Now, I'm not saying the whole government was involved. I'm not saying the whole government is evil. But there is a deep state. There are sections in our government that are so surreptitious, that are so clandestine, that we do not know what they do. And a lot of their operations are funded through basically black financing. That is, perhaps they get their money from selling drugs. It's interesting to note that Afghanistan was never really the heroin center of the world until after the U.S. invaded Afghanistan. Then I think the poppy for heroin, Papaver somniferum, the opium poppy, I think it's said that 90% of all heroin in the world comes from Afghanistan. Again, not to check that, but I know it's a big, big jump. So I think that just kind of alludes to more information that wouldn't surprise me if the government was involved in drug running. I think in the 90s, Clinton, I think some journalist was trying to out him for his CIA drug running. So it's just, these are things that must be known to believe. To believe that our government, or members of our government, would never do any nefarious things is just bogus. It lacks substance, because we know our government has done terrible things, and we know that there is evil in people. And some people, if they are evil and they have power, well, they're in a prime spot to do what they want to those who they consider weaker than them. And who knows what other things our government has done. Who knows what other things our government has hid from us. So, anyways, I'll put the link to the article in the description, but one thing here at the end of the article, where is it at here? Some of the files will likely remain under wraps, experts say. And I think that summarizes it. I think that summarizes this whole article, that even though we are going to receive a hodgepodge, numerous amounts of articles relating to JFK and Oswald and hopefully Jack Ruby, it is unlikely that we will see what we want to see. It's unlikely that these documents will prove that the CIA was involved with Kennedy's death. It's unlikely these documents will prove Russia was involved in the death of JFK. But there will be information, and we deserve to see it as American citizens, because that was our president, and he was, for his short time, a great president. His GDP was over 5%, which is sick. But I digress, and I'm done.